everybody, it's Amy, owner and curator of Yosoboho. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a channel about thrifting. It is all about the thrifted life. So tonight I'm going to take you thrifting at a Goodwill. It has a bins on one side, Goodwill outlet on one side, and a retail portion on the other side. And this one is located in Akron, which is really close to where I live. And I am shopping on this day with my friend Cindy. So before I get there to show you all the cool stuff that we found on that day, I have a couple of things that I want to share with you. One, my friend Tracy, who has a tremendous taste. I am lucky enough to kind of fit into her aesthetic with some of the things that I find. She has been setting up a beautiful new office and has purchased a few things from me over the last couple of months, including, if you recall, that beautiful mid-century modern pottery, probably Italian pottery, vintage lamp with the beautiful fiberglass shade. If you missed that video when I found that, I will connect that up here and down below. But she saw it and she wanted it. And she also saw something in my eBay store that was a pair of glasses that were originally sold through Horchow for like stupid money, like $75 or $100. Anyway, she found those and she found the lamp, and she's close enough that I was able to take her two things and drop them off to her. And I got to see her office and it is amazing. So after I left, she got her little area set up where the lamp was going, and she sent me this photo. Take a look, both the lamp and the glasses are in here. Her whole office looks so amazing and just spoke so much about the style that she has. It was just awesome. While I was there, she also gifted me a piece of pottery. Take a look at this. Isn't this me to a T? Fits my aesthetic with kind of the nature look. I absolutely love this. Looks like maybe it's a studio piece, and I have not looked yet to see who that is. Hard to read, so I'll have to do some research. But yeah, it's gonna tuck right in here somewhere, and I will treasure it for always. So thank you so much, Tracy. And then the other thing that I'm excited to tell you all is that I will be on Kat the Nurse Flipper's channel a week from today. So next Tuesday. I will have a video out next Tuesday, but Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Kat the Nurse Flipper's channel, I will be part of the Resellers podcast show. So if you're unfamiliar with Kat or you're unfamiliar with that show, go check her channel out. I will link it down below. Once I get the link to that video so that you can save it to notify you, I will put that down below as well. But if you are unfamiliar with her, go check her out. She actually has two channels, and one of them is more of a shopping channel, and the other one is more of a reseller channel with all kinds of information. So if you are getting into reselling, if you're a reseller, you probably already know who she is, and I really don't need to tell you, but if you are just curious and you haven't really taken that step yet, it is a wonderful thing to watch. Ton of information. It's like a round table. All the resellers that are there get a chance to respond to viewers' questions. So it's super cool. If you are unfamiliar, definitely stop by and say hi, and go subscribe to her channel so that you can interact with us on next Tuesday night. I will remind y'all again on Thursday, but I definitely wanted to get it in. All right. I think that's it. We're going to go do some shopping. We're going to start on the bin side of the Akron Goodwill, and let's just go see what we found. Let's go. Here is a quick glimpse of my cart as we are waiting here for them to give us permission to get into these book bins. Can't touch the books yet. Don't touch the books. Don't touch the books.
I'll do it.
I saw that. You are a rebel. All right, we have not got the go ahead yet. Then we can dive into these. These just came out. And then they just brought out all of these.
This is super weird.
Gotta follow the rules, man. Look at you. You touched it.
Fight me.
I'm scared of you.
You can feel your leg.
I almost threw that at you too. There's hope for us.
I don't know how to take that.
We can heal our lives. You can read it for the two of us. Give me the Cliff Notes version. Madeline, what's this? Mad about Madeline. Never really could relate to Madeline.
Story of me.
Lucy the Star Catcher. Oh, it's a pop-up. Just one pop-up. Two pop-ups. It's cute. I'll take a quick look over here.
This stuff is going on.
Oh, yeah?
Haven City, yeah.
Oh. There's some more of it over here if you're looking at it. It's like the one day I came in here and they were full of milk glass.
You're kidding me, yeah? And you like
Westmoreland. I don't necessarily collect it, but I grabbed it all. Yeah. That's a pretty pattern. I love that teal on the edge. There's a whole bunch of them. It looks like a slate. Oh, it's got a paintable back. It's kind of heavy though. I usually only pay about $1 for these, and that's probably going to cost $3. In a Humpty Dumpty frame. You got a quick peek in my cart there before we dove into that book bin, and that whole scene was so funny. They had put new bins out and they said, do not touch these until we say go. And I was tempting Cindy to look at some books before they said go. And so we were just being playful. But in my cart, you saw a glimpse of this and several other things. So let me show you what I got when I first got in the door that I hadn't turned on the camera yet for. This is one of them, printed canvas. No big deal here. It's just something that I think will sell. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, I have been talking about setting up a kind of Buddha area right after the first of the year. So I don't want to ship this. It's big, but it will go over. I'll put it in my boho booth. I'm guessing probably $2 or so is what I spent on this. So not bad, turning $2 into 20. You can see this other little Buddha figure. That's part of that pile. Actually, on Thursday, I'm going to show you another one that I recently got. I bought off of a friend, and it's really cool. It's this big red one. So I'm going to have a nice little collection of Buddha things to put in a section, and I think that will go over well. So right inside the door of the bins is usually a separate Christmas or holiday section. When they're sorting bins and stuff, they pull some of that stuff out front and make it easy to find. First, I found these adorable little chimers. Actually, one of them is an actual little chimer. It's labeled here, little chimer. I want to say it looks like a little beaver or woodchuck or something, and he's singing. He's got his eyes closed and he's like, woo. He is made by Jasco and he is marked Taiwan. Now the rest of these are marked Sri Lanka. I do think they're probably all vintage. I don't know. This guy looks kind of modern. He's got a little lustery glow to him, but he's really cute. And he has a ceramic painted hat, but a lot of these, including this little guy who's a squirrel with a nut, has a little flocked hat. So here's a little mouse holding his tail. He's got a little flocked hat. I got 2 of those. So all in all, I grabbed 6 of them. They're really lightweight, just a few ounces. But the nice thing about anything that is ceramic or glass, it's actually only like 49 cents a pound. It might be 39 cents, but it's really cheap. So these qualify as that, which means I probably paid maybe 50 cents for the whole lot of them. And that's pretty great. These will go over to the shop and they'll all be individually priced. They'll hang on one of our little trees in our Christmas booth. If you don't know about our Christmas booth, it is at the Shops by the Lake in Painesville, Ohio. Here's the address. We have booths number 54, number 108, and our new one, which is the Christmas one, is number 127. So if you're in the area, go do some Christmas shopping. It is worth it. The other Christmas thing that I picked up is a tree. It's really nice and weighted. It says on the bottom, Carlisle Gifts, so it was bought at a gift shop, and it was priced $38.99. Very fun. Has these fun limbs with these little bulbs at the end. None of them are missing, so it is like perfect. And then it is a wonderful gift for like a baker because all of these are little cookies that were baked, right? But then you have, there's the mixing bowl. And there's some spoons. And up here is a rolling pin and the little spatula that you would use to pick the cookies up. And then the rest of them are cookies. It's just so fun. This is gonna go right over into our Christmas booth. I have enough stuff, you know, we loaded it, but we definitely want to kind of refresh it as the weeks go by. So I have enough stuff in a box. This will be added to that I can kind of keep going over and refreshing and adding. So there's kind of always new stuff there. But I think somebody who knows, somebody who bakes is going to grab this for them. And I'll probably put about $20 on it, $18 or $20 on it. I'll probably leave the original sticker on it so they can see. Sometimes we as booth owners do that. Sometimes we forget to remove like a Goodwill sticker too. And that is a bad thing because then they flip it over and they're like, I'm not paying $6 when they got it for $1 at Goodwill. But sometimes the exact opposite works where they look and they say, oh my gosh, this was originally almost $40. Yeah, I'll pay half that. In the book bins, I did find some things. The first thing I found, I believe I found in the original book bins when they were out there before they switched them out, because I think I saw it in the cart, and it is this. It is a vintage anatomy of a lamp. And the fun thing is that the anatomy of a lamp has really not changed. Some of the equipment that goes into the insides of a lamp, you know, I don't know that language, and here just kind of reading through this will help me learn. So that's the reason why I picked things up like this. The other books I grabbed, actually this first one Cindy grabbed, and it is Cruel Embroidery by Erica Wilson. I don't think it has a lot of value, but it is interesting to see that it is signed by the author. It says, to Mary with best wishes, Erica Wilson. Look at some of the work in here. It's fantastic. Look at that. It looks angry, right? It may go into my library for reference because, again, just like the lamp book, lots of language that I probably don't know about. I now can look at some of those handmade things and say, oh, that's embroidery, or oh, that's cross stitch, or oh, that's petite needlework. All because of things like this, you know, looking things up when you find them and getting books like this that you can take a look at and reference. This I thought was fun. This is the Wilton's Wonderland of Cake Decorating. It's a second edition, copyright 1964. A lot of it is in black and white, but some of it that's in color is really fantastic. The last one that I picked up is this. It is Menus by Jacques Pepin. It's kind of like a journal. So if you're an entertainer and you throw a lot of dinner parties, you would take this and put your dinner party information into it. So here's a page for guests and here's the menu. And there's different themes on these. So this one you can see has snails on it. So maybe it's like an escargot was your main, you know, star, I guess. I don't know. This one is fun. It just has like a spring kind of summer look. But all of them are different artsy pages for your menus. And what a wonderful keepsake if you are really an entertainer. Not a lot of value here. I looked them up, but I couldn't pass it up. I just love the art, and I thought maybe I would come across somebody that needed this as a gift, whether I was going to gift it to them or they just thought, oh my gosh, I have that person who does all these dinner parties. So cool. Beautiful little piece of pottery. And the fun thing about this is it had the artist's card information in it. So the artist is Judy Jones, and I have found a piece of Judy Jones pottery before. She is in Gatlinburg, and there is her information. This is just a nice little pot. It was thrown in 2014, and it's beautiful. There was a big pile of cards, and they were vintage cards, and a lot of them were stickers. Yeah, this is stickers here. My mom was here, I think, the day after I found all these, and we sat and sorted through them. Yeah, there was so many different kinds. Some of them look like this, where they have like the caps and logos. So we divvied them all up into the different kinds of cards that they are. In total, there's not a ton of value here, but the weight on these, probably a couple of pounds. I may have spent, you know, between $3 and $5 on the whole bag. And these are things that I think I will put individual price tags on the bag and just pop them over into one of our booths. And somebody who is into old sports stuff will come by, and maybe they'll know what it is, or maybe they'll have an interest in adding it to their collection, and they can do that for pretty cheap. This will probably be between $3 and $5 for this nice pack, and the rest of it will just be, you know, profit. So those kind of things are good to find, especially when you have a booth and you can do that, because it just allows a different audience to step into your booth and, you know, kind of look around. There was one other thing in the cart that I forgot. I was sitting over here, and as I ended the video, I was like, oh crap, this guy. So this guy is a made in France Spice of Life jar. Like, you can put your canning stuff in it. I think they're worth, in this size, which is a 1 liter, like $15 to $18 maybe. I just need to get a new gasket for it. And this is one that is in such brilliant condition that I may just hold on to it. And if I don't, it'll probably find its way over to one of the booths in the spring or summertime. But look at the cute graphics on it. So now let's go over and check out the retail side of the Goodwill and see what we found there. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, you saw that? Dove for it.
I'm grabbing it.
That's so funny. I was just down on that shelf. I pulled these off of that shelf. Ladies and gents.
You were too busy looking at that.
I know. That's awesome. So funny. I turned on my camera when she found that big hug mug because I was literally right there looking around and completely missed it. She like saw it, spotted it, ducked down and got it. And I went, what? Where did that come from? But I did find a couple other mugs. This one is a magenta, which is like old Ray Dunn. And it's totally adorable. It's this little vintage camper with this little terrier in it, peeking out there with his little Santa hat on. I don't think it's ever been used. It doesn't have any sort of issues, no, you know, stirring marks, nothing. And I paid 50 cents for it. Here's the magenta logo. And then the other thing I found was this set, which is just weird to me. It's like restroom, ladies and gents, stick figures. Kind of fun, just different. I think that these will probably go over to the shop into our mug section, and I'll just kind of tie them together. I paid 50 cents again for them. So maybe, you know, the two of these will be like $8 or something. And this one will probably on its own be at least that. We're not happy with the pricing today. That's not 50 cents. Something came off of there. This needs to be with its brother up here. The butterflies in them. I bet these would sell at the shop. Look at how pretty those are in the spring.
Oh, those are pretty. I like those.
They've got damage around the tops of them.
Oh, I've
Never
had the
mind.
Santa plate before. I ended up donating it to
Did you?
Happy Tales.
That's pretty. Pretty plateaus. These guys are cute. I like him better than the frog. Frog's missing his fish.
What's this? For escargot or something?
Good question. It's fused glass. I don't know. For $3. Just found the original Angry Bird. Meh.
He was back.
I do feel like these are sellable. They're not like miniature size though. They're not like the dollhouse size. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna look them up. I had never seen these before, and that's probably because I don't have kids. Because after I looked them up, I realized that they're like a thing. They're called mini brands. So they basically got the license to make these little boxes. Like here's a little box of Frosted Flakes. Here's a Slush Puppy. Chef Boyardee. There's like 36 of them or something in this bag. And they're all different, every single one of them. And the coolest thing is inside of these are these tiny little characters. So this is the little Chef Boyardee. It looks like she's a tiny little character with a meatball on her head and her fork. I had never seen these before. Here, let's check out the Pringles can. See what it has in it. It is a stack of Pringles. Look at that little cutie, little cute stack of Pringles. Am I alone? Did everybody else know about these things? Looks like on eBay, you can lot these things up. And if you have enough of them, they can be worth money. I found somewhere that these were like sold at Target, and they were sold in like a box of like 12 to 16, where you could see all of the little mini brands and then their little characters next to them inside the box. I might just throw them all up on eBay in a big lot and see what happens. Although I really kind of like the idea of throwing these into like packages and stuff as little gifts when I mail out my package, because they weigh like, you know, nothing, and they're so fun and so cute. I don't know. We'll see. There's just a couple other things that I grabbed. One is really fun because my aunt at this very same Goodwill bought a really big, beautiful fish bowl. We were hoping to find the stand for it. We didn't find it at that point. And here on this day, they rolled out a cart and there were 2 of these stands sitting down in the cart. So one has already been cleaned up and given to my aunt for her fish bowl. It is now, I think, in the whimsical booth with the fish bowl over at the shops. And then I kept this one, which I still need to clean up, for only $3 a piece. These are made by NorCal. It's right in here. And I'll let you know right here what they're worth. And the other thing I found that I love, although I am taking it over to the Christmas booth because I think it will sell pretty quickly, is this super soft blanket. It's got these big, beautiful red tassels on it, and it's covered in angels. And what I love about them is they are all angels of diversity. And that I think is fantastic. So I think somebody will see this and grab it. It has like joy, rejoice, praise. It's fantastic. It is like brand new and so soft. So I'm excited to add this to our Christmas booth. And of course, I'm sharing on screen what I'm going to put it there for. So a nice little bag of Christmas stuff to go over and add to our booth, which is great. I need that stuff. Can y'all believe it's like dark outside? Ugh. It's not even 5:30. I just watched it over the course of like half an hour since I've been with you. Go dark here. It takes a while to get used to that, doesn't it? So that was it. That was our trip to the Goodwill Bins and the Goodwill Retail there in Akron. Although I like to hit a lot of other places, it is like my favorite place to kind of hit on a regular basis because especially on the bin side, you just don't know what you're going to find. I have found some amazing art over there. Amazing art. In fact, I will link a video up here and down below if you want to see one of the pieces I have found there. Incredible. All right, everybody, that concludes tonight's video. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. I will see you on Thursday. On Thursday, I am going to show you some really cool stuff. One that I bought from a friend, and two, a couple of Goodwill trips where I did not record. I just have a really cool haul to show you. So yeah. It's over here. I'm going to record it next. So until then, please take care. I will see you on Thursday. Have a good week.